As you have seen my other videos of geometric mean, this is going to be the last one, but I just hope that at the end of this video you got everything clear and similarly got this clear as well, that you can say what are the advantages and disadvantages of geometric mean. So as you can see, the first point of merit is it is based on each and every item of the series, which is quite obviously true because as we have seen the formula for geometric mean, we have seen that this is nothing but the product of all observation. So a change in each and every observation will change the geometric mean as well. Now the second property is it is useful in averaging ratios. As you have seen my video of uses of geometric mean, if you haven't, then click on the I button where I have proved that it is useful in finding out the average rate of interest on capital, average rate of depreciation on machine, etc. So this also proves that geometric mean has a major role in finding out the average rates of interest as well as in case of depreciation as well. And it also helps in finding out the rate of increase or decrease. This is quite obviously true as you can see from the formula, and I have already shown it to you in the first case where we have shown the rate of population growth for uses, where I have elaborated that whenever you have been given two time period and you have to find out the mid value of those two time periods, then geometric mean plays a major role. Okay, so now here comes the demerits or disadvantages of geometric mean. Now in this first point is quite relatable for you because as you can see from the calculations that I have shown in my previous videos, it's quite mathematical, or if a person is not accustomed to these kind of complicated steps, then he or she might be not clear about it, you can say, or might be not familiar or not comfortable with such huge calculations. But I have done my 1000% best so that those calculation is easier for you. So first one is clear. This is quite relatable as well. In the second case, I have mentioned this point in the initial videos of geometric mean, where whenever we have zero or negative values, geometric mean gets affected very easily. Purposely I have taken x1 is equals to 0 in order to prove these two points. When x1 is 0, the whole geometric mean is 0. Even if you have x2 is equals to 735 or xn is equals to 800, you have to see that geometric mean becomes 0 whenever we have one observation is 0. Whenever we have observation like negative values, we can see that 1 by n, this is nothing but the imaginary number. An imaginary number is not definable because this becomes, if we have n is equals to 2, then this becomes iota, which is also impossible to make the other person understand what the observation wants to say. Okay, I just hope you got everything clear. Comment down below your thoughts and opinion and your doubts as well. I'm signing off now. Bye bye.